Arvada, Colorado, September 2nd, 2021, 9news.com. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said a suspect is dead after an officer-involved shooting near an interstate ramp in Arvada. On Thursday afternoon, around noon, calls were made into dispatch reporting a 33-year-old white man standing next to a motorcycle and waving a gun near the I-76 off-ramp at Sheridan Boulevard, according to Carlin Tilley, JSCO Public Information Officer. And this is just such a great interview. 9news.com fucking knocked this shit out of the park. I don't know who this goddamn journalist is, but he is just asking really tough questions. The camera's just right in her face. He's not being rude. He's not being mean. He just wants to know what the fuck is going on. And she's answering the questions really well. So I was really fascinated with this. It seems legit. It seems justified. And it's fine and dandy and A-okay. And, you know, I shouldn't actually go with my gut feeling generally is the media is wrong about shit like this. But, so, a deputy who responded a short time later engaged the suspect, and gunshots were exchanged after the suspect pulled a gun out of his waistband until he said the suspect was killed and the deputy was not injured. So, gunshots were exchanged. I mean, that just sounds like, you know, it was a trading, it was a commerce kind of thing. Hey, did you get the tires? Yeah, did you get the, you know, the M&Ms? The motorcycle the suspect was standing next to was reported stolen, but Tilley said his relationship to the vehicle is under investigation. The sheriff's office did not provide additional information on the suspect, and the investigation is ongoing. Roads in the area were closed. Authorities investigated, and then they reopened. They were closed, and then they reopened. So a man's dead. A man's dead. This happened last night. This happened, you know, at the 2nd. Today it's, you know, it's the 2nd. So Thursday the 2nd, 2021. They don't say his name. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers 720-913-7867 or visit MetroDenverCrimeStoppers.com. Tipsters can remain anonymous, may be eligible for a reward of up to $2,000. Metro Denver Crime Stoppers works by assigning a code to people who anonymously submit a tip. Information is shared with law enforcement, and Crime Stoppers is notified at the conclusion of the investigation. From there, an awards committee reviews the information provided, and if the information leads to an arrest, the tipster will be notified. Rewards can be collected using the code numbers received when the tip was originally submitted. So more about Metro Denver Crime Stoppers can be found here. Additional Crime Stopper bulletins can be found there. And let's listen to this, you know, public information officer.
Right here off of Sheridan at 76 eastbound.
Yes. So right around noon, we got calls into dispatch that there was a gentleman who was standing at that corner right behind me and was standing next to a motorcycle and was waving a gun. So our deputies responded. We had one deputy who engaged with that person. The person pulled a gun out of their waistband and shots were fired. We don't know at this time who shot what. And
shots were fired, so they make it sound like they both pulled out a gun at the same time. The earlier report was that he was waving the gun and someone called it in, but he hadn't pointed it at anybody. Then the cops show up on the scene, and they're saying that he pulls the gun out of the waistband. Now, it seems like I'm hearing kind of two reports, because that's where it stops. He pulled a gun out of the waistband, and then dude shoots. And actually, if you pull the gun out of the waistband, he pulled the gun. You can't, if you pull, it's justified. It's justified. So the fact of the confidence of this lady, actually, when it comes to him pulling the gun out first, they know that happened without a doubt. They don't question that for a fucking moment. He pulled the gun out on him first. That's without a doubt. And the other thing is the motorcycle. The motorcycle is reported stolen. So why are you next to the motorcycle? And you got a gun, waving the gun around with the motorcycle. Well, what the fuck is going on? You know, if it was a road rage incident, the person's on down the road. So what the fuck's going on? It don't seem like this 33-year-old white man was doing what he was supposed to be doing. So it is a life. I shouldn't be so flippant, but so that's why I'm making this video. Okay, Jefferson County, Colorado deputy shot, killed a man. Thursday near Sheridan Boulevard and Interstate 76, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said. Jefferson County. Where is Jefferson County located? Denver. This is up here and right there by Denver. So this is right next door, right north, just north of Denver. It's in Jefferson and Adams counties. Yeah. Era image of Arvada. Arvada is a crazy ass, not city. Is it Adams County? Adams County, or is it Jefferson County? Jefferson County looks fucking weird as shit. Is it Jefferson County? No. So it has to be Adams County. Adams County is, yeah. Adams County's got a weird fucking shape. Fucking weird ass. So this is near Denver. This is up by Denver. 33-year-old man standing near a motorcycle on an off-ramp around noon. The deputy approached the man, pulled a gun from his waistband, and fired several shots. The sheriff's office said the deputy was not injured, the office said so. The man pulled the gun out from the waistband and fired several shots. She said he pulled the gun from the waistband. Shots were exchanged. They, exchanged numbers. They went ahead and an investigation is underway. Okay, Patch.com did not really go too far in depth on that, so didn't want to bore its readers with, an in-depth analysis.
And how many shots and if it was
just going to let this play.
We're not sure of any of that right now. That is all under investigation. But for now, we know that we do have one 33-year-old male who is deceased. Our deputy was not injured. And we also know that the motorcycle that was next to him, we don't know the relations between him and this motorcycle, but we do know that that motorcycle was reported stolen.
Have you all been able to get any calls from any people that may have been nearby who have been able to maybe paint a better picture of exactly what they saw, whether he was on that motorcycle or why he got off of it and was standing at the bottom of this off-ramp?
Certainly any witnesses that we could find are being interviewed and will be asked anything they possibly know. If there's someone out there who happens to be driving by that has not been contacted by our department yet, we would appreciate a call and they can tell us what they saw as well.
Can you tell us any more information about the victim? I'm not sure if you all have the name of the victim yet, so whether you all have been able to see if you all have had any run-ins with this victim in the past, may have been searching for this person or anything like that.
So I wouldn't call him a victim at this point. We are considering him a suspect because he did pull a gun on our deputy. So we don't have any further information on his background, where he's from.
See, it's weird because if he pulled the gun and was shooting at him, you put both of those side by side. You put those together, but she's not saying he pulled the gun and was firing. She just said he pulled the gun, and I think that's enough, right? You pull the gun if it's holstered. He pulled the gun, but why wouldn't you say he pulled the gun and fired several shots? That makes it sound like, first I thought it was kind of crazy. He fired several shots at a cop and he missed. That makes it seem like Harry and Lloyd Christmas or whatever. It's like, Harry, you're alive and you're a terrible shot. You fired 3 times and you didn't get nothing. So, but that does overly justify the police officer. They pulled out a gun and they fired 1, 2, 3 times and you shot and killed him. Yeah, that's justified as fuck, isn't it? I think so.
We're not sure if we've had any instances where we had to confront him in the past. All of that will be part of the investigation.
We did say he is a 33-year-old man.
We do know he's a 33-year-old man, white male.
Standard procedure for the deputies after an incident like this, especially the one that was involved.
We will just go with our standard protocol and make sure that our deputies, any of them who are involved in this in any way, will be they'll be interviewed, and we'll find out everything we possibly can in order to make sure that we have the full story before we go any further. So I'm not. It was somebody passing by or somebody driving by who called into 911 originally to report that there was a person standing next to a black motorcycle waving a gun around. We don't believe that he pointed that gun at anyone, we were told that he was just waving it around and seemed very angry.
So was he already waving it around by the time the deputy started to approach him, or at that point is that when he kind of pulled it out the waistband, just trying to get that?
I am not sure. Again, we just don't have a lot of details right now because we're very, very early into this investigation, but certainly we want to know every detail, and we will work hard to get that.
How long do you all expect this corridor to be closed, and who all are you all working with at this time with the Jefferson County Sheriff up here on the scene?
We have assistance from Lakewood Police and Arvada Police, and they are here just to see what they can do to help us. So we appreciate their help, and CDOT as well. I'm sorry, Florida State Patrol is also helping to block the roadway. This off-ramp will be closed indefinitely. I would say probably at least a few hours before they can clear the scene and get it back open.
Like was reported stolen.
They did a check on the bike, and the bike did come back as a stolen bike, yes.
Did you all have a plea or anything yet?
I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet.
Make them sure.
I don't know. I'm sorry. There's no answer. It's all black motorcycle.
I apologize for getting you late, but it's horrifying. The situation, people surely can talk about this area. So that there are lots of people that were driving by that saw that. Is there anything out there that you're putting out to kind of make sure the public knows that there is no threat?
There is no threat to the public at this time. We are very grateful to the person who did call in to 911 because it's important for us to know things like this are happening so that we can come out and see what we can do. We certainly don't want the public to be in harm's way.
Do you know were there any words exchanged between the officer and the suspect before?
I'm not sure yet.
Common practice, or, I'm not sure if you're able to speak to this, if a deputy is approaching someone in a situation like this, is it common practice for them to try to, de-escalate that situation and see if they can put the gun down before it can escalate to shots being fired?
In any situation, obviously, a deputy would much rather de-escalate the situation than it end in gunfire, and unfortunately, that wasn't possible.
That deputy was being marked or?
I don't know. I'm assuming marked because he was on patrol. So.
And I know you said standard practice, you all are trying to learn more information before you take that a step further. Is that deputy will that deputy be on administrative leave, or how does that kind of work with you guys?
Standard practice is that anyone involved in a shooting, any deputy involved in a shooting of any kind would be put on paid administrative leave during the investigation. We are also offering peer support to our deputy as well.
Nobody else was in the area, like the cars were parked or no one else got hit or no injuries attached to the deputy or not?
No one else was involved or injured in this.